Hi guys. Hi Lisa. I had to go get the rest of my supplies, y'all. I got a whole bunch of supplies for today. And I've been making a hot mess. How is everybody? Did y'all have a good Sunday? I'm waiting to see what everyone said. Lisa, are you sewing today or are you making? I'm drinking special coffee the hubby went and got for me. It's very sweet. Hi, Jean. Hi, Brian. Oh my goodness, y'all. I have been die cutting. I got those DIY dies. We're going to talk about them, y'all, because I cut my fingers on them. Lisa, did you sew today or did you make? Hi, Erica. You are out here for a live. It's so nice to see you. I'm excited to see Brian. What did you work on today? I want to see what everyone's doing. Hi, Chris. I hope everyone's okay too. It's always good to do a check-in, Chris. It's a good point, actually. I tell you, y'all, this week, whew, Cynthia's in the house. Cynthia, I cracked up. I'll make you a zine, but I'm going to text you to ask you some questions. I have some ideas. I was just telling you guys, you're still sewing, you'll never be done. Oh my goodness, Lisa, this is the thing, right? So I told y'all I knew I was gonna love this die from DIY, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna do the review tonight. I got a lot of things to say about the dies. And one of the things is they cut the heck out of your fingers. That in a way, but they are fabulous. Like this is watercolor, and you can't see it on my husband. This is my husband's camera. And I'm going to tell you, this is hand painted. The face is all shaded. Hi, Heather. I was just saying, Heather, I was right. I do love this die from DIY, but I got to tell y'all something. I have never cut my fingers and bled so much from my life. And so it is something we got to talk about. But even though I don't like small piece dies, these two in particular, and the steampunk one, I do love. Hi, Elsa. Hi, China. So they offer a lot of creativity, y'all. And I'm going to show it in a video where you can see it up close. Hi, Jan. A couple of them are fabulous, but I'm going to tell y'all something. You know how when we break apart dies that we get, especially the ones from Ali, sometimes there's those little metal pieces and we have to bend them with scissors to break them off or pliers. Y'all, these took me hours to break apart and I cut myself over and over again. It's like I have never seen dies from Ali this hard to separate. So that's the downside to these dies. That said, a couple of them are so versatile. They're super cool. Not all of them. Not all of them. And I'm going to be honest about which ones are not worth the time, in my opinion. Unless you're good with little things. Like Jelly Bean's very good with tiny little things. Hi, Bertha. So Lisa's still sewing. Brian hasn't told us yet what he's working on. Heather's taking a much needed crafty break. Um, Oh, you did your hallway for Valentine's Day? See, China, that's amazing because, I wasn't kidding about what I was sharing with you all with my husband. It was really like through my experience this week, he was able to give voice to like how he's been feeling. And actually, I was really stunned by what he had to say about how COVID is impacting him because my husband's like a man's guy, like, and he's really determined and he's a workaholic. So I was shocked at what he shared with me. Um, And I think decorating is a really good thing. I think it's buoyant and I think it makes you happy and it's good for your soul. Yay, you decorated your mantle, Heather. See? And I think this is how we're going to get through. I think by surrounding ourselves with beautifully crafted things and we're going to continue making. And I'm going to remember not to put my making time off. That was a really good lesson because that's how I keep my sanity, y'all. Oh, you're doing your second Etsy listing, Brian? I'm so proud of you. Brian, I'm super proud of you. Wow, that's amazing. Hi, Carrie. So, Carrie, I can't wait to show you later. The DIY steampunk heart thing is very cool. It's a lot of little pieces. Yeah, Brian, tell everyone what it's called so everyone knows. I'm going to start. I have a whole bunch of things to work on. I die cut all afternoon. You did work. Me too, Bertha. Me too. I worked on die cutting today. Carrie, you're going to love it, but it's a lot of little pieces, but it was worth it. That's the one that's worth it, in my opinion. Hi, Sue. Not all of them I thought were worth it, Carrie. That one was worth it. And I was telling everybody, Although you can't see on my husband's camera, I was right. I do love this dye. And this is all watercolor painted, so you can't really see the iterations, but I love this one. BD Crafts and more. Okay. That's a good question, Jen. Like, Brian, did you find it hard to set up? Hi, Trevon. All right. So I'm working on a ton of stuff because I also am working on my die cuts, Ms. Bertha. And so while I have also working on my rack packages, so I'm working on heart-shaped bows today and also tassels. Hi, Joy. And trying to get those done. And I'm mixing patterns, which is really fun, which is really fun. So I have die cut out like a demon, I'm telling you. And I'm going to do those and my heart tassels today while I'm on with you, which is a lot, but I die cut out like hundreds. It feels like hundreds. It's probably just like 40, but it feels like hundreds. Um, okay, so some are working on Valentine's Day. Yes, it's from DIY, Carrie, and the heart part is really cool. It's probably one of my favorite. And that girl is from the DIY. Yeah. But some of them, Carrie, not worth the time. And I was saying, Carrie, do you find because you rep for them all the time, right? And I was just doing a guest spot. I found their dies very hard to break apart, and I cut myself like 4 times. And I never have that problem with other dye companies. And just to make sure I wasn't being weird, I had 2 dyes come from Ellie, and one from a really small shop and one from like Alina. And I went and broke them apart, no problem. I found these really hard to break apart and I cut myself over and over again. Just want to be upfront. I'm going to be honest in the review about that because I think we always should tell the truth. Oh, it could have been easier, Brian, with registration. Yeah. You know what? That's good to share with everybody in case they want to do an Etsy shop. Hi, Marianne. Right, unless it was layered with another piece. Yep, it's brutal. I'm good, thanks, everyone. Hi, Lana. Hi, Cruz. So, you know what? I do find their diets hard to manipulate that way. But once you do that, Carrie, it took me hours today. Like, I'm not exaggerating, like an hour and a half for 4 dyes. But it was worth it in the end. Oh, you got to get into the doc. Wait, you into the doctors to see a doctor, Lisa? Is something wrong? Putting together my heart bows. I want to catch up with everybody. I love mixing patterns with these heart bows. I'm having so much fun. Ms. Cruz, what are you working on today, too? Tell us what else everyone has been sharing. Thank you, Trayvon. I like working with this stuff, and I die cut all day today for this because I've been excited to do it. Hi, Sandra. You're running errands. Where are you, Lana? Where are you going in your state? Your state's on serious lockdown. Your die Cruz, you're die cutting? What are you die cutting? You hate die cutting. This must have been die cutting Sunday. So many of us are die cutting today, which is crazy. Oh, Lisa, it's still the nosebleeds from last Sunday? Oh, Lisa, you have to get that checked. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. I know. I said that too. Carrie Cruz is die cutting. Okay, that's a surprise, right? Cruz, what are you die cutting? We all need to know. So you're working on Valentine's too? Yep. So I'm doing my RAKS of Love, and I'm doing my Meet Me with the Die Cut. I'm throwing in a few goodies for my partner that I'm assembling too. Okay, Lisa, from the first of the year, you have to go. And I know it's scary because you all know I have to go sometimes too during COVID. Lisa, do you have enough PPE to go? It's an important question. You don't hate it anymore, Cruz. Okay, Cruz, what happened? Tell me what changed for you. I really like die cutting, actually, as you know, Cruz. Okay, as long as you have enough PPE, Lisa. Hi, Lizzie. Happy Sunday. That's too long, Lisa, to have nosebleeds for. That's way too long. I think it is partially about the machine, but I also think it's about like I find it relaxing to die cut. I didn't today until I broke apart the dies, but I do find it like I don't know. There's something therapeutic about it a little bit. I don't know. Yeah. Do you like that machine better, Cruz? Because I love mine. And I also, as y'all know, I finally got a Gemini, but I still love my Big Shot. That's what I used today. Okay, if your top pressure is also high, Lisa, that worries me, and that might be why you're getting nosebleeds. They could be interrelated. You need to see a doctor stat. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, so you see, Heather didn't like the cricket either. So I think either you love your cricket or you just don't care for it, Cruz. I think that's what it is. I love the Big Shot too. I do. I do. No. In fact, that was something I was going to ask you all if you knew how Monty was doing. Um, which is that's actually like, it's funny. I was hoping somebody else knew. Has anyone heard or no? Cuddlebug cricket. It's just, you know what? Yeah. I told you I didn't like the cuddlebug either. I told you. Ooh. But you know what? Carmen loved her cuddlebug. So I think it's all about preference. I think it's all about preference. Has anyone heard from Monty? I can send her an email while we're chatting and see if she responds. But has anyone actually heard? Oh, Chris, crickets are pricey. Like that's part of my resistance to them. It's only part of my receipt. You love your cricket, Jancy. I think either you love it or you don't. Heather and Kayla got theirs at the same time. Heather's not in love with hers. Kayla loves hers. So yeah, she had surgery. It's true. She's been waiting and waiting on surgery. So I think we can what I will do is I'm going to check in to see. I'll let you know, Lana, if she's like how she's doing. I can. Yeah, I love my Big Shot. I do love my Big Shot. Now, because of my hand issues, one of the things, the reason why I chose the Gemini was because that way I could die cut more. Because what was slowing me down was on difficult days. Like today, I die cut a lot and I'm fine. But on days when it's raining, I couldn't have die cut that much. And so if I want to do more making, I have to have a faster die cut. And for intricate dies, the Gemini is great. Yeah, the Gemini is great for intricate, right? Jen, it's amazing. So, and it really Cruise for hand issues. It's amazing. It's amazing. Well, yeah, to do the vinyl is so cool, Heather. Like that's the thing where I'm like kind of when I see like the drinking cup you made for me, right? Or I see when Nicole Sunshine Honeybees made me the pot holders, then I'm like in love with the cricket. But I think that's all I'd use it for. Yeah, I need to use my sidekick more too, Lana. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Okay, so many of us are working on Valentine's Day, and trying to get little packages done. What are you all making for Valentine's Day? I'm curious to know. Yeah, we all love our big shots. I think there's something about the big shot. It makes die cutting pretty simple, and it's not that much arm use. That's the other thing. I'm sure I miss people too. Miss Cunningham, I was just thinking, where's Lauren? Hi, Alvia. Alvia, I have loved your Misty's 15 minutes of magical making. I have loved it. I had a weird thing today. I was listening to all your videos and it this has happened to me twice in the last 10 days where it left me no space to comment. So I had to log out and I have to go back and enter my comments. It's very weird. Is a precision plate like a shim? I don't know what a precision plate is. I do know what a shim is. Did anyone know what a precision plate is? Yeah, right. And if you push a button, it's oh my goodness. I'll tell you, when my hands are sore, Bertha, it's amazing. The Gemini will save me. There's no question. And I'll still be able to make, which is pretty cool. I still will always reach for my big shot first because I also like big Z dies also. And those you can't use in a Gemini. Ah, you're cutting out a lot of the sayings, right? Yeah, I don't know what the difference is. Oh, the precision plate is used when you're die cutting. Thank you, Trayvon, for the flowers. Um, the shim works like, okay, so P sent me a shim, Cynthia, because in the summer I was having, like I said, that's it, I'm not doing any intricate dies, right? Because I'd stand there poking, literally, guys, I would poke it out with my pokey tool and it would take me half an hour. And I'd say, why do I do this? So then P said, I have an extra shim. I'm going to send you the shim. Use the shim, it'll save you. And that pushes like up that little bit more space, so it cuts the delicate dies better. And then Tootsie Tucker and P both suggested that I also use wax paper, and I found that those two things sort of stopped me needing anything else. That worked so well that sort of solved my problems. I've never heard of the precision before. A shim works really well for me with precision dies. So there's my answer to that. I mean, there are ways to make it work better, but I mean, I don't have a problem anymore with intricate dies because of the shim and the wax paper. So Susan kind of explained it to me, Lauren, like you know how when you're doing die cutting, trying to figure out, I wish I could show you right now. I have my big shot right here. I'm just trying to think it would be easier if I just showed you. If you put down the wax paper, then the paper, and the die. I should move. You know what? Dev Hendrick asked for a video too. When you go to pull everything apart, the wax paper pulls the pieces out. That's what it does, basically. I should do a quick. It'll be a very quick tutorial, but it'll show y'all. Yeah, I think Cynthia, it's the same results. You know what, Lana? I really should just do it'll be a 2-minute tutorial, and I have the equipment set up now, so I have no reason not to do it. And then I can just show y'all because it's super easy. Yeah, wax paper, then paper. Exactly. And it works. It just pulls the paper out. Like it's hard to explain. So only have a tiny bit of poking to do. So it's not as perfect as the Gemini, but it makes it pretty easy. It really does. I haven't had any precision die issues since that. The only reason I got the Gemini is that I want to be able to make more. And I can only really do today. I did a lot of die cutting and I'm not in pain. But often if I do more than an hour, hour and a half of die cutting, it's hard on my hands because of my illness. So the Gemini will make sure on days when I'm having a flare up, I can still die cut. So for me, it was worth it. Hello, Sabrina. So yeah, I mean, I think these are little tricks that we learn along the way. Like Susan was amazing because she sort of worked with me and P worked with me because I was so frustrated with those intricate dies. And yet I like intricate dies. So they were like, okay, let's just show you how to do this so make it easier till you get a Gemini. Yeah, it really did make a difference. It really did. It surprised me how much so, actually. I do too, actually. Do you know what? Me too. I always put the die cutting down too, Glenna, for the same reason. It also shifts. And you can always use washi. I prefer not to use washi because it depends on washi. I have some washi that, like, look, I complain about this. Some of the washi I bought when I was first crafting, it doesn't have much grip. That's perfect for die cutting. But occasionally I have a good washi that grips too much and it could be bad for die cutting and the paper. So I always put my die cutting side down too. And that way I don't have to use the washi tape. So that's interesting. Oh, thank you, Lauren. I never think about that. I just think about us getting together and crafting and chatting. Um, but yeah, that's a really good tip because that will help you until unless you decide you need a Gemini for your hands. Like if you have rheumatoid arthritis, a Gemini will save you on rainy days. It will save you on days when you've used your hands too much for cooking or cleaning. There are a lot of good things that can come out of a Gemini, but they're pricey. I mean, I got mine on sale and it was still pricey. You're still going to end up spending $200 no matter what you do. And that's if you get it on sale because I think they're normally like 284 or something like that. And that's a lot to pay for a die cutter. Yeah, yeah. You know what? When I'm maximizing too, I use the washi. I can show you from today because I was doing so much die cutting. I'll show you quickly. You're gonna laugh. Okay. Like that's exactly what I was doing. And then I cut these pieces out and I use them for all small backings. So that's exactly what I was doing. The same thing as you. I do the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. We're still working on a phone solution for Pat Guy. She can answer the phone. She can answer the phone. She can't make an outgoing call. And her tablet was supposed to be there by Saturday and is now not going to be there till Monday or Tuesday. I think her state's having some postal issues based on the amount of time it's taking for stuff we've sent her to get to her. But you can still call her and you can call her at the hospital. And she's doing quite well, y'all. So if you want to call her, you can. The only thing I would say to you is try to gauge if she sounds exhausted to you because she's doing a lot of therapy. And if she sounds tired, then just make the call really short and call her back a different day. Me too, Len. I do that too. I'm telling you, you know what? I'm sorry I did not buy y'all. Have any of you bought the Prima confetti dies from the Peachy Cheap sale? Lisa, do you call the main hospital line or do you call her cell phone? Oh, mine would do that too sometimes, Cynthia. Lizzie, I'll text you the number. Y'all listen. There's a wonderful nurse who's on there. All of us girls will tell you she's just a wonderful lady, and she always charges Pat's phone for us. I never even have to remind her. Heather doesn't have to remind her. Susan doesn't have to remind her. She just does it. She's such a special nurse. But not every nurse is going to have the forethought before they leave their shift to charge Pat's phone. So we're kind of at the mercy of their remembering. And remember, this is a neuroscience unit, y'all. They're under a lot of pressure. They got stroke patients. Don't ask me how this amazing nurse always remembers so many nice things. So it's possible, Lisa, that the other nurse who was on duty didn't charge her phone. That's why it's always best if you want to call her through the main line at the hospital. Also, if she's in therapy, then she won't answer. And then you'll know if she doesn't answer, she's either sleeping or in therapy. But mostly she'll be in therapy. She doesn't sleep during the day very much. Lisa, I can send you the hospital line. And the only thing that we ask, again, is that you make sure that if she's tired, just get off. But she's really loving talking. That I'll tell you. Yeah, we can't have mail because of COVID, y'all. We asked. We asked. No cards yet. But when she goes to rehab, then it's a different story. That, you know what? Yeah. Okay, so I'll send both of you the main hospital number. You know what, Lisa? It doesn't ring when it's not charged. So that means the good nurse, like, so the good nurse was on. She plugged it in. Then Pat probably used up all the charge because people got through. And then the other nurse who came on probably didn't think to charge it. And sometimes when I call the nurse's station for an update, or Heather does, we might say, hey, would you mind plugging in her cell phone? But it's a pretty big favor to ask, y'all, of a stroke nurse. The fact that this amazing lady does that and so much more, we are very blessed. So we're hesitant to ask them to do any more than they already do for us because they do a ton for us. A ton, a ton. It is the Laura Ballora die. Oh my goodness. Is it still available? Because I searched it. Lana, okay, I love that sequin die so much, so much that I looked and I thought it was Tailored Expressions because they also have a really cool sequin die. And it has a big one, a medium one, and a little one. And I got super excited. Only you can't get it anywhere anymore. It was out like a year ago, you know? Hi, Nadia. So great to see you. Oh, Lana, thank you because I love that dye. And you know what? I'm kind of sequence mix obsessed, I realized. Um, I'm learning a lot about myself this year. I love making sequin mixes. Hi, Soleil. Oh my goodness, Soleil, I have started sketching out your zine and I am so excited. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. Take care, Trevon. Thanks for stopping by. So, Chris, when she goes to rehab, Susan, we elected Susan to do the updates. I don't mind sharing here on the live, but Susan, you know why? Just because it's easier for one person. And also, Susan is often on first thing in the mornings for y'all. And that's why we chose, partially why we chose her. Also, because she's just good at giving updates. Um, but, oh, you had a late breakfast. Yay. That's a nice thing. So, when she goes to rehab, that's an important update. We promised when there was an important update, we would share it community wide. We'll do an update. And to send her mail and cards and all that jazz because they can disinfect it for her and they'll help her put it up in her room. Like we want to decorate her room with Happy Meal. And we've been talking to her about that. Hi, Robin. Robin, oh, I'm so glad you're on. Nice to see you. How are you feeling? Hi, Kathy. It's okay to be late. Hi. Oh, everybody's on. Everyone. So I'm very excited. I'm missing half of everyone coming in because I'm so busy catching up with everybody. I'm glad we're all crafting and making Valentine's Day stuff. Um, so I've actually talked to her about decorating her room at the rehab, and like she's really excited about the idea of having people's crafty projects to hang up, and um, yeah, she's really excited for that. So I think we're all excited. I don't know where Susan is. I know she was on text earlier, but who knows? Maybe she's got the grands and they're busy doing something. So got the grands to worry about. She's got Ronnie. I mean, she can't come to everything, but she'll do a good update, like when Pat's moved, which is really nice. Oh, Heather, you know what I was wondering, girl? I was thinking to myself, you know how like people with COVID can have like recurrences where it's like it's come back? We still don't know what you had at the start of COVID. Do you remember when you got sick and had to go to the hospital for that unknown virus? I have thought a lot about that this week, by the way. A lot. But we won't know till you get your antibody test after getting vaccinated. So to know, look, when I had my stroke, they told me it would take 10 to 12 months to get back using my hand. Um, and it took me 6. But that was 6 working every day on physiotherapy for 4 or 5 hours a day by myself and with a therapist 3 days a week or 4 days a week. So it's a wide range. It just depends on the therapy. It depends on Pat. It depends on so many factors. It would be really hard for us to guess because of that. What we do know is that her prognosis today is so much better. Like we have cause to have a little party, literally. And that's because she worked really hard. Hi, Rita. I do want to give her a lot of credit. It's because she worked really hard. So she misses everybody, y'all. She misses watching videos. She misses talking to everybody. She always asks me what everyone's making. She'll ask me what my favorite video is of the day. Like she'll say, okay, what was your favorite video today? Hi, Dana. She'll be like, Alicia, what was your favorite video today? Why was it your favorite video? And then she'll ask me about each person. And sometimes if I haven't watched someone's video while I'm on with her, I'll be like, okay, I'll put on the video. And so that's like a nice way to keep her connected, right? And she looks forward to that, I think. Hi, Martha. So nice for you to come. Granny's in the house, y'all. I know, right? And she's tough. Ladies, oh, she's tough. She is shocked even the most conservative doctor. She happened to get the most conservative doctor, y'all. And she has even shocked him. So I'm very proud of her. Hi, Sheila. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I'll tell you, Miss Sheila, I think without knowing it, you have really been helpful in this whole process because I know at least and I'm pretty sure Susan Titsy Tucker and probably Heather and Carrie and Kayla, I have many times referenced you in the last month and your spirit. And I know that that's encouraging to them. And so thank you. Thank you. Like if you hadn't shared everything so openly, Miss Sheila, we wouldn't have had that. So you helped without even knowing you were helping. Yeah, Heather's a fast typist. She's a super fast typist. You did make it to alive. Hi, Erica, you did. So, I mean, we're grateful because, like, when people share their stories like that, right? Yeah, right. Breaking down many times. Yep. I'm telling you, it's helped a lot with Pat too. Yeah, the want is half the battle. But that what helps on days, this, Sheila, right? From having gone through this. I can give you the one at the hospital, but you know what? The thing is, she's not allowed to get mail yet until rehab. And as soon as she goes into rehab, I promise you we will share the address. But she's not allowed to get mail at the hospital. They won't let because of COVID. In her state, y'all, it's like over in her specific area, the COVID rate is over 50%. 1 in 2 people have COVID. It's really bad. So they won't allow any mail. We had to send her some clothes and some stuff, and it was a big to do to get permission. Hi, Chiquita. So, I mean, yeah, that's true. That's a good idea. Everyone can mail to Heather and then she'll send a big package to rehab. That's a really good idea, Heather. I didn't think of that. No, Sheila, it's true. I'm telling you because I lost use of my hand and my arm, right? But what you went through is very similar to what Pat's going through. And you have been such a beacon of hope and of spirit. And this month, you have no idea how much that has helped. How much it's helped each of us in our worry about everything, but it's also helped Pat because we can say, okay, do you remember when? And she'll say, yeah, yep, you're right. Yep. And it helps her too on moments when it's harder. Because y'all know, Miss Sheila, there are moments where you're just frustrated, right? And that helps her. So thank you. And if you hadn't willingly shared all that, we wouldn't have had it. Don't laugh, Cynthia. I think they're also worried about that because they were like, and how many people would send things? And I was like, I can't tell you how many. I don't know. Could be 100. And I think at first she thought I was kidding, but I'm not joking. Leticia, happy Sunday. So yeah. So I mean that's a great idea by Heather because then we can also make sure it actually gets to her. You know, the trick is when you move someone from a hospital to a rehab is that too, is making sure all their stuff gets there. And y'all, COVID is not as easy because if it wasn't COVID, one of us would just fly there. Yeah, Cynthia, that's what worries me. Right. I know. I can't even imagine. Do you know, I was thinking about you today because I had a bit of a paper crisis, y'all. And I thought of Cynthia and I thought of Cynthia and all of her ISIS craft terrorism boxes. And I thought, oh Lord, um, yeah, I had a moment, y'all. You know how I never hoard paper, right? So I've been doing this crafty reorg, and I don't know why. Like, I know I don't have that much paper here. I know that. And I guess I've been using it between the holidays and racks and bow making and all different things. But I told you, I haven't really used a lot of pattern paper. I've been using mostly my specialty paper, which I did have to replace some. So I went to go pull out like some extra vintage paper for a project, and I'm out, as in completely out. I have 3 sheets of Jane Eyre left. That's it. How did that happen? And I didn't notice. It means my paper is not as well organized as I think it is. It was a very good lesson. It was a very good lesson. So, yeah, Cynthia, I thought of you and how you would have laughed your head off because I was like, wait a second. I have enough packaging that I could mail everyone a package for 6 months and I'm out of vintage paper. Like, that's insane. That's insane. Oh, and she uses them all, right? And she makes those Franken pages. And do you know that Tammy Stampin' Therapy every week puts all of her scraps into a box for Pat and ships them to her? But here's the thing. That's gonna be so great for her at the rehab center. It is, it's gonna be really great for her. because she's oh good. It's Hoplop, one word. One word, like on my daytimer, but it actually could be two words. It doesn't really matter because it's sort of an invented slang word. Sort of an invented slang word. I don't want you to see all these, Leticia, because some of them are for you. So I'm hiding some of these over here now that you're on. I was showing them freely before, but now I'm going to be more careful. No, ma'am. But I do have a couple of new packages, but no. Unless my husband took, we got mail today on Sunday. Now I told y'all our mail's a little funky at the moment because of our carrier. So we actually got packages, and Heather and I both have been getting packages like 8, 9 o'clock at night. So I shouldn't say no. I should say as of yesterday, earlier in the day, no. My husband did the mail from late last night, and today I got one package today. But I think today's package was Amazon. I think. Yes, is one word, but it could be two. It could be two. Yeah, more for Pat. It's so true. She's gonna need it, Cynthia, for sanity, because like art therapy is really important in therapy, right? You know that, right? Exactly. See, Heather? Oh my goodness. But wait, don't get worried because it might be there. Because remember, I didn't take in yesterday afternoon and evening's mail, so I don't want to say that until I check. What an interesting question that you asked me, Miss Sheila. You know what? I'm using some of it right now. Um, this is a long answer. I love old Maggie. So I love Willow Lane and I love Carousel and I love one new collection. I don't like any of the other new collections at all. At all. So that's why I have no vintage paper left and I have lots of Maggie left. Oh, that's so funny. It does that to me too. Never mind. Don't worry. You should see that my stuff comes out in text. It's really funny. No, that's not it, Chris, at all. It's because I'm behind. It's because I'm totally behind. It's nothing to do with that. I haven't done Brian's yet either. It was this week, Chris. It was me trying to take on too much and not budgeting any time for things that can come up in life that I didn't plan for. That's all it is. Um, when I'm teaching, Chris, like if I teach 4 days a week or 3 days a week, I also have office hours where I have to meet my students. I have grading and I have administrative meetings. So when you put all that together, plus doing other stuff like my mom or Pat or checking to make sure that someone's like, not feeling well and checking in on them, it doesn't leave me a whole lot of time. But this week was particularly hard just for the reasons I told you all. I had a bunch of things happen that I didn't budget for. And that was the problem. That's how I fell behind. Yeah, I like the old stuff. I just don't like a lot of the new. Like, I'll give you an example. For Kayla, I made with Sweet Story for something because she really loves Sweet Story. And I know Lana really likes Sweet Story. Even after working with Sweet Story, I still don't like it. So I think it just depends on your aesthetics. I like the weird Maggie old prints, and I like her old prints that were part vintage, part not vintage. But I found out that they were drawn and designed by a very specific designer who doesn't work with her very much anymore. So I think I just liked older Maggie, you know? Mm, I get that, Kathy. You know, I get that because I have like I've bought old like when someone was destashing Willow Lane, I bought it because I really love Willow Lane. I really like Carousel. I like the colors in Carousel. Um, I like the designs in Willow Lane, and I do like the what's it called, ladies? The one that I like right now, which is kind of looks like Heritage, but it's even cuter. That one I like. Which ones did you get from Michaels that you like? That's no, I haven't seen the color scheme yet for the new line. I might like it because I did like this recent collection. Is it Magnolia? That's the one I really like. Yeah, I like the older ones too. I just don't like marigold. Yeah, I like marigold a lot. A lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. I could make with that over and over and over and over again, even more than heritage. That always happens, Dana. There's always some we don't care for. I tell you, I when I was doing my after I realized I had zero vintage paper, I went looking through all my paper and I found those paper pads that like I bought before I was ever seriously making anything. And I don't know what I was thinking, y'all, when I bought these. And I still have to use up some of them. Ugh, talk about ugly paper. Oh my goodness, y'all. Yeah. Oh, it's garden party. Oh, I'm gonna love it. I love Bloom and I love Marigold. So I'm gonna love it. Yeah. I like Bloom very much. I think Bloom is a very good everyday collection. Marigold is Soleil, it is so easy to make with. I don't know what it is about this collection. And it's so, you know, you went and bought did you buy the Faith Beaver set? You did buy it. Okay, Miss Sheila, we'll have to watch it on your channel. I debated buying it too. Yeah, I love how your craft room turned out too, by the way, Miss Sheila. And I loved how you displayed those lace books. I think they look beautiful. You're giving me ideas for floating shelves, actually. Yeah, there's always one we get. You know what? I'm telling you, one of these pads I bought before I was seriously crafting, I don't know. It must have been on sale, y'all, because I don't know what I was thinking when I bought it. And now, you know me, I won't waste it. I'm going to use it to make envelopes to mail like Happy Mail things or cards in or something, not as like as an exterior for the post office envelope, not for a card or anything like that. Um, because I can't stand it, but I'm not going to waste it, so I'm going to use it up. Janet was this, it was like a peachy cheap, had a really great package on it. I looked at it too. And it was called like the faith-based paper, but it was wonderful. And it had like really nice sentiments and thickers. And it was a really cute set. I looked at it also. And then I said, no, girlie, you got to get some more vintage paper. So no, no. Um, oh, I'll take a look at it. I'm still catching up. I was watching a ton today. I had so much fun. And I have time this week. And I love those new earbuds because I love these because I can die cut and listen to y'all while I'm doing it. It's really good. Yeah, I can't believe that you have that much paper, Heather. How did you acquire it? You and Cynthia, like, what happened? Yeah, using it for, I think so too. I have now a small box that's called like the ugly use it up box. Like, I won't waste it, but it's like for exterior envelopes and stuff. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, clearly I never have that many paper pads, Lisa, and I do use them up. I don't think I've ever been this low. That's what surprised me when I actually went and took a look. It's insane. Hi, Sabrina. See, mine are amazing. They're amazing. I don't know why I didn't get these before. I don't know what I was thinking. And these are not fancy Apple brand, y'all. These are like knockoff no names, and they're amazing. I will now not be without these, actually. Um, Yes, I love heritage. I do. That's why I like marigold. I like heritage a lot. For me, heritage is like I guess it's like vintage meets Maggie. And so I really like it. And then marigold, I feel is like that too, but in a different way. I think those are some of my favorites. Ah, Yellow Shaker on Instagram. Hello, Miss Susan. Everyone was saying, where the heck is Tootsie? I said, the poor lady's got grandkids. She's got a husband. Oh, Lord. Please, someone, I want to have an answer to Lana's question because this is right now my big problem. I want to hear everyone's answer. I hope you're well, Miss Sabrina. How you feeling, girl? I can't find a sequence mix die. That's what I'm telling you, Lisa. I love them. This is what okay. So Lana's saying that they have them at Frank Garcia Studios. But I looked and looked. I hear also I didn't know that Lana's wasn't tailored expressions, but because it looked like the Taylor expression one. but it's sold out everywhere. Okay, I'm reading everyone's responses. Oh, it was Nikki and the boyfriend. See, I said it was either the Grants or Ronnie or supper or something. Like, we all have families and stuff happens. Yeah, my prized items stay out too. And I have them in each house and a display. But I'm parting with one for somebody. I'm parting with my most prized handmade item for somebody because I think it'll inspire them. But I do rotate mine too. But I think Lena's question, I want to hear the answer to everyone too. So Heather, you put yours in a tote. Mine would not all fit in a tote. So that's why Susan, where do you put all yours? Um, so Lana was saying it's a Lori by Lori, which she knows I love. Lori by Lori is a dye manufacturer, a designer. She's a designer. And you can get her two places usually. You can get her at Frank Garcia Studios, but it sells out fast. Or you can get her from a small shop on Etsy from a vendor in New Jersey who doesn't really overcharge, and she's a very nice lady. I like Lori by Lori dyes, but they're harder to get because they come from South America. They're really cool though. They're really cool. Hi, Barbara. It's a Laura by Lori. So it is available. When I looked the other day, it wasn't. So maybe he just got more in. Um, Tailored Expressions also made one. Okay, so you have Sandra. How do you display yours? Because like I'm thinking, I hang up all my cards, and I'm going to put up floating shelves. And in my other room, I have on my bin shelves, I have space, and I display like anywhere from 9 to 20 pieces. But I think what Lena's saying is like, where do you guys store the rest that you don't display? I think the Faith paper bound is pricey too. That's why I like that peachy cheap deal the other day on a bookshelf. Okay. We're talking about, Sabrina, like, okay, so how do you display and store all your Happy Meal items? And so we're saying a lot of us rotate. So like we try to give everyone some. So for instance, Leticia's story never comes off my wall. I have a few things that never come off. But then I have ones that rotate. I rotate them over and over and over again. But where do you store the ones you don't have out on display? Or do you have a bookshelf where you put them on display? Oh, you got a good deal, Miss Sheila. It's under their stamps and dies. Okay. That's where I got the embroidery hoop one from that I love. Oh, wow. And so see, Lizzie's super organized. If you ever take a look at Lizzie's tote and her other stuff, you'll know she's like Misty. She's very organized. Hi, Rita. Nice to see you. Burr is right. Yeah. Okay. So that's okay. So Lana, like in my other room, all my lips of my bins, I have my stuff displayed. And then in here, I have, well, now it's done differently, but I have a different setup. And now, after a while, I'm going to get floating shelves to put a few more things up in here. And then I rotate them. Where do I store it in the meantime? Is I have drawers in my art room cupboard. I don't love that though. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, my lanai gets humidity, and it can ruin projects. So I was wondering of the same thing because I was trying to figure out how to store it not in here. Bye, Jan. So good to see you. So it's interesting to see how people do it. Like I think everyone does it differently, which is cool. It's nice to know how we all store things, you know? Hey Susan, guess what? Cruz doesn't hate die cutting anymore because I was saying I die cut all afternoon and she was die cutting all afternoon too, and Carrie almost fell off her chair. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Lana, this is a big question. I I think I'm weird because I try never and to incorporate other people's things unless it's something really special that I want to gift someone for a specific reason. But most of the time, people use what's given to them. I mean, to be honest, I store it and I look at it over and over again. But maybe that's crazy. What do y'all think? What do you do? Oh, Miss Cynthia, I have a feeling in that box there's more than one thing going on. I have a feeling. In that terrifying box that my husband eyes and says, that is really a big box. Hi, Paula. Yeah, Cruz now likes I could see all it was the big shot. I'm telling you, wait, Cruz, and we're gonna get you hooked on the Gemini, and then you're gonna be good to go. See, everyone feels that way. I think I'm just weird, y'all. I don't even use their bows. Do you know I must have 20 bows that Carmen has made me, and I'll make my own bows to put on packaging. I, it's a sickness. I should just use them. She made them for me to use. I don't know why I don't. I think you're right, Soleil. I think you're right. I think I have to break this habit this year. I think at first I just felt, yeah, I go back and I think I feel like so inspired and I feel very touched. Lana, do you remember one of the first pockets you made for me? I look at that all the time. Like that. And I was tempted to give it to Kayla because I think Kayla would be really inspired by it, but I couldn't part with it. Do you remember making me that? You probably don't even remember what I'm talking about, but I love it. So yeah, see, I don't know where I mean, and I just like looking. See, I knew you wouldn't remember, Lana, but I loved it and I was so inspired by it. And I just now was thinking I should gift this to Kayla because I know Kayla is interested in making something like this. See, you're right. See, Lauren, what a good question Lana's asking, right? Because it's going to help us think this through better. Because Soleil's right too, you know. They made it for us to use. Like, you know what I love too is seeing like when people will make a project and Soleil will do this or Ebony will do this, or they'll be like, oh, Alicia made me these bows and I'm using them now for this. It's super cool. I think I just have enjoyed over the years. I think as I'm learning how to make things better, I always go back to those projects and I look at them and I get excited by it. But maybe it's you should be sharing them too. These are good questions, y'all. These are good questions. I still have that piece from Cruise that it's also like Leticia's, where she put my name in like the little wooden things and she did the girl on the carousel swing. Like that's come with me to 4 countries or three cities. Like it's come to Morocco, it's gone to Israel, the Holy Land, it's gone to Morocco, it went to Canada, then it went to New York, and now it's here. See, Michelle? So I think there are things that are always going to touch your heart, and those you're never going to use. Ah, you see? So sometimes maybe we have to learn. That's what we have to do is like learn to. Oh, that's so funny, Cruz, because I love it too so much. And every time I look at it, I'm happy. So see, that's got to stay up because that's like it's inspiring for me. And it was such a cool innovation. It's such a cool innovation. It's still a really like for the shake it up swap, if you had made that, people would go gaga. Bye, Sheila. Big hugs to you. Happy Sunday. Oh, that was really sweet of you. Think you know what? It could be in that. It could. I'm going like this right now. Um, he took it in, but we've all had funky mail. So it's not that the mail's not getting here. It's just that it's slow. It's just slow. Miss Susan, what you making? I'm still on bows because I've been yibber yabbering, and we've been asking some really good philosophical questions. Yeah, see, if you put in a note to say what I did make, it's true. And I also think, Bertha, it's like also true what Soleil's saying. Part of the beauty is being able to share these things with people, right? So that's that there's truth in that too. And we can't keep everything, even if we love everything. And I love anything handmade. So you're working on those. Oh my goodness, Susan, I want to show you, but I can't show you on his camera. Okay, Susan, this DIY die I told you I would love. See this, but you can't see it on this camera. I This is watercolor painted. I When I make the video, Susan, I'm gonna have to die cut some of these out for you. You would love painting these. I want to make cartoons with these. And then I started switching around their hair, folks, and I changed everything. I'm like, really fun. This is very fun. Soleil, you're right. I think that's a good point. Now, I would tell them that I've incorporated different people's things. Like with Ebony, she uses everything she gets, so she doesn't have to say. Yeah. And it's good. I asked that about, okay, so that was a conversation we were having last week about regifting too. So here's the question. I'm going to pose another good question since we're having such good philosophical craft chat. Would you regift it? Let's say you got a die and either you had it already or you just know you won't use it. Would you regift it? And when you regift it, would you tell the person who you got it from originally? How would you handle it? That's my question. Oh, fussy cutting as a paint, right? Yeah. That's why Lana knew how long it took me to do those things. It's not that I sent Lana a huge secret Santa, but she knew because I fussy cut everything and I did dangles how long it took. Keep some and use some is a good rule. Yeah. You just got it now? See, something weird's going on. I'm telling you with this mail. Okay, so Cynthia, you say better for someone to use it, right? Rather than not. Would you tell them and the person that gave it to you, or would you credit the person that gave it to you? See, for me, it's easier to store mine flat, but Misty stores hers upward like Carmen. You would regift and say it who it was. Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm thinking, Paula, too. That's what I've been thinking too, is going to be my answer also. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it, Lisa. I'm getting better. Takes me a while, but I'm getting better. They're not as cute as Susan Tissy Tucker's. Look, I'm going to show you all. Susan, sorry, Susan, I'm going to embarrass the heck out of you for a second. I like to credit the person to Cynthia, but you know what? Everyone has to. I'm just curious because I'm going to start thinking about this differently. See, Susan makes them much like I think they're more fun. They have more dangle pieces, but at least I can make them now, which is nice. That's a new thing. So I'm happy about that. One step at a time. See, Lizzie, that's what I'm thinking I might do too. I think most people are likely to say, sure, regift it if you already have it. Yeah. I think as long as I took for myself, like if the thing came from somebody, I would want to tell them so that they wouldn't just see me giving it to someone and be like, well, clearly she didn't like that. No, I already had it and I appreciated it, but why not give it to someone else? But I think I would tell the other person first. I'm just figuring these things out. Yeah, see a duplicate and who it was from. That makes sense. So Susan, where did you get yours? I got mine originally because they did have my Hobby Lobby had silver plated and it needs to be sterling silver or it can yellow your glue. But you also can get them at BB Craft and they're less expensive. Except for your hoarded paper, Cynthia, which sometimes you share. Do you know what, Cynthia? Do you know what I was like? I was so excited because you sent me the graphic 45 sheets. So I had the Sherlock Holmes and I was able to use that when I needed the vintage paper. I know I didn't use all of it because I love that sheet of paper. That one, yes, Elvia, I did get it. I just haven't opened it yet. I do know that yours is there because that I took in myself. But our mail is slow, y'all. I have to tell you, like slow. Not as bad as it was in New York, but it's slow for Florida. It's slow for Florida. I'm just behind Elvia. I'm telling well, Elvia, you understand from your job. You know exactly what this is like. You know exactly. I don't have to tell you, girl. You live it. Bye, Lana. Have a really good week. See, my Michaels doesn't have it. I think my Michaels has a problem, y'all. It doesn't have half of what the other Michaels have. I swear to you, I don't even bother going because honestly, it sucks. Do you know they had three paper pads for Valentine's Day? Three, not three different ones, three in total. Of course he is. Lisa, good luck. Will you let us know, please? And good luck. Yeah, I thought you would have gotten yours a BB also, but you see, I didn't know you used to make jewelry. That makes so much sense because look how much funky hers are. Hers are all dangly. I love the way Susan makes them. I'm not quite at that level yet, but I'm happy that I can make them for people and surprise people with them. Makes me very happy. It's like one of those things that I learned how to do. My flowers, however, are not getting any nicer. Can I just tell you all? Carrie, I think we need a new lesson from you and from Misty on flower making because I'm telling you all, I'm not doing anything different than Misty and mine don't come out that nicely. Yeah, Lisa, let me know. And I'm going to send you the phone number for Pat. So you okay at the hospital. It'll be easier too. Yeah, see, Chris, that's why I feel like I have to talk to the person first. That's the reason, because I wouldn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But you know, Chris, the point is well made. Like you don't want to waste it. So, like, let's say I know somebody really loves fairies and I already have a fairy dye. Wouldn't it be better that it went to somebody who doesn't have a fairy dye, who I know loves fairies? So like that's sort of the way that I think where people are saying like better someone can use it, especially in today's times when money's a bit tighter and it's hard to justify craft expenses. It's better someone has it, I think. But I think I would let the other party know too for myself. I was just curious what y'all would do. Since we're having such a good conversation today, a good philosophical conversation, like how do we store our paper? What do we do with this? Useful conversations, you know? Yeah. So Pat, here's what Pat does with it. First of all, you'd be amazed what Pat can make out of the tiniest pieces of paper. But she also makes Franken pages where she joins up scraps artistically. Don't forget, she used to be a quilter, y'all. So she could quilt together from paper, really beautiful paper, and then die cut it, kind of like a mixed media project. So Tammy Stampin' Therapy always sends her scraps. Miss Cynthia always sends her scraps. Loads of people send her scraps. Kayla, Susan, lots of people. See, I feel that way too, Cynthia, about what I give, but getting from somebody changes it for me. I always feel like, by all means, pass it along. If you don't like it, you have it already, doesn't work for you, it's too hard on your hands, give it away. That's what I say too. But when I get something from somebody, I treat it differently than how I would for myself. You know? Is Natty going? Oh, Nadia, have a good week. Have a good week. Oh, Kathy, never feel that way. She would make so many. Listen, she was a quilter, so she really could piece together. In fact, it's one of the nice things I talked to her about is because now I'm trying to make some sort of mixed media Franken pages. She loves doing it. It's like very artful, kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. Never feel bad. It would just give her material to work with. It's actually like a really big blessing because she loves doing it. You know, you got to remember we all have our different ways of crafting, right? I know, right? And just right. And I was telling her the other day, Susan, because like I'm trying to do that with some mixed media because I think I don't always love what they call mixed media paper pads, but so I was saying we're going to make my own like you do. And you need a lot of scraps to choose from to do that, y'all. Who sells stuff that they gift? I live in such a weird world, I think. Who does that? Someone does that. Sabrina, seriously, someone does that? Oh yeah, no, of course. See, and that right, that's the thing. And I'm sure they really appreciated it. And I don't like which like friends will do that. Like Susan will say, "Hey, I have this thing," or someone will say to me like, "Oh, I have this, and I'm not going to use it. Do you want it?" Absolutely. But I think that's different. Oh, Sabrina, don't tell me these things. You know you're going to burst my bubble. I mean, I'm not so naive, but that would probably hurt. Well, okay. No, let me rephrase. This is COVID, folks. Okay. If anyone needed to sell whatever I bought them to pay for food, to keep the lights on, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. Um, these are not normal times. So I take that back. In normal circumstances, if I like knew that somebody really wanted a die set or really wanted a paper pad and I bought it for them for their birthday or something, and they just sold it. Uh, But Cynthia's right. I guess once we give something, we just give it, and that's that. But especially during COVID, I guess I don't know, y'all. Have you heard, like, I mean, people are really struggling to make ends meet. And so that's why police officers are paying people's bills instead of charging them with shoplifting. It's a hard time. Yeah. Like, but just sell it for selling it, that's not cool. No. But right now with COVID going on, you know, for me it's a little bit different. Yeah. Yep, you set it free. Yeah, I get it, Chris. No, I totally get it. Especially like if you went to the trouble. Like imagine if you would remember when you sent me that truck and I loved it, right? And I was so excited that you remembered how much I liked those. And imagine if I had said, "Oh, thank you very much," and then I gave that away right away to somebody. You would have been hurt. And that's because you gifted it to me specifically because you knew I loved it. So I think that's where you have to be more careful. But look, Ebony's also right. Like when she makes all these bows and all these wonderful things and she sends them, she doesn't expect you to keep them forever. She's making them for you to use. So I'm also not doing her a service by not using them. Like that's Soleil's right. Every time you use something someone gifts you, you're breathing new life into it, into the world. So, ooh, ouch. Yeah, it's true. We do sacrifice to gift. It's true. It is true. That's an interesting topic of conversation with you, but you're right. I mean, usually when a crafter buys you something special, it means they didn't buy anything for themselves or they gave up something for themselves to buy that for you. It's true. Me either, Heather. I think people are super thoughtful usually. I mean, I'm always super grateful for the stuff that I get. And I usually it's stuff I have never, like, I don't have, I maybe can't even get access to, or I didn't even think about getting. So it's like pretty amazing. I don't think that's really happened to me either. It would never have occurred to me to sell it. But again, I'm just going to remind everyone, it's unusual times, y'all. You know, um, I do know that several people destashed stuff because they had bills to pay that they couldn't pay. So, we got to keep that in mind too. Yeah, it's the embellies I never want to use, Heather. It's terrible. It's terrible. Do you know I have a filing cabinet drawer. Like it's terrible, but I love them so much. But I think it's true. I got to start using them. This has been a really great conversation tonight. Yeah, it is different, Cynthia. You're right. Yeah, no, me too. That's a different thing. But I think in these times, if we know that it's related to putting food on the table for kids, or I do know somebody who had a D stash who contacted me in advance and said, I'm going to be doing this because I have to do this. Something happened, an emergency happened in their house during COVID, and they just couldn't cover it. That's different for me. And the other, it's different, right? Yep. Desperate times call for desperate measures. That's true. And my answer is I gave it to you. Thanks for letting me know, but it's yours. And if you need to sell it, I'm sorry. You know? See, I think you're right, Susan. You and Soleil. I think I got to stop it because I was thinking about that. And I love those little flowers Nadia made me too out of the cards. And I would love to use them actually. And she probably would be happy if I used them. So why am I holding on? There are some things I hold on to for sentimental reasons. There are things I hold on to because they had hidden secret meanings. Um, but yeah, maybe some of the things you keep and some of the things you should use. A little bit of both maybe wouldn't hurt. I don't need to hoard every embellishment, but I do. I do. Mm, I made a bunch. Do you know, I wanted to tell Sunoko that her grape nut thing was actually delicious. I want to send her an email. I should make a note to myself about that. Really delicious. I've made that one so far, and I made one other, and I'm trying to remember whose it was. Well, I wanted to tell Lana that I tried making the first round of kimchi. It didn't turn out that great. I didn't. I did something wrong. I did something wrong. And I should have asked her while she was on here too. Yeah, see, okay, if you can't make something though, Bertha, that's different. Then people gift you that, they want you to use that right away because they're doing it for you because you can't make it. Um, but that's different, I think. I think sometimes it's hard to use like these fancy embellishments, but Soleil's right. She makes them so that we have them to use. Now, in fairness, I have Soleil's embellishments up here. Eh, eh, I'd be hard pressed to use them. But yeah, see, yeah, yep, it's true, Lizzie. And you know what else, Lizzie? I totally understand the logic behind that because, I will tell you this, like my first instinct too was to gift it. And someone right away said, Leash, don't you dare. Because if the power goes down, or yeah, but it was my instinct too. It was. Yeah, Lauren, remember you said to me, don't give away your big shot. And I was like, no, I know. But it was my instinct too. It was my instinct also. So I feel you. I do feel you. I do. Speaking of big shots, by the way, Miss Chris Wilson, did you ever get your plates, the plate for your big shot? Like, did you ever figure out the die cutting? I don't know what you all call it, the sandwich. Did you ever figure out the sandwich for your machine? Wow, that's shocking, Lizzie. I mean, I think we're pretty good. If people need a die cutter, we'll do our best to get them one, but that's pretty shocking. I mean, most people are pretty good if they get a new die cutter. They tend to post it so that, you know, oh my goodness, Heather, you cracked me. But you made so many for me when you sent me the stuff, which surprised me, actually. Yeah, I know. After you sent it to Lizzie already. Right, you have sweater totes full of rosettes. Sabrina, how much crafting are you doing every day? I have crafting envy. Yeah, I can't believe that, Lizzie, either. I mean, I can believe it. I'm just kind of saddened by the story. I'm onto the heart tassels now. Gold? Did you just say gold, Heather? Since when? Like this kind of gold? Or this kind of gold? Yeah, you blessed a new machine forward, though. You did the same thing. Hi, Trayvon. Welcome back. I can't believe that because, I think we try hard to make sure that everyone has at least the mechanism to die cut. You can't always do it, but it's not nice. It's not nice. It's really not nice. I mean, right now during COVID, the angels, it's too hard to do mailing for the die cutter because it's the mail costs have gone up. We had one angel who has been very, very kind. We have two angels actually, who, whenever someone's really needed a die cutter, has gotten it to them. But during COVID, the rate almost doubled in terms of what it was costing them to send it even ground. So we have to halt it until things are a bit more affordable. That's a good idea, actually. Oh, Miss Sabrina, how can you do that much? How can you make that many? You need Party City. That's where you get the gold crepe paper and the rose gold too. Do you have a Party City or no? Ah, I'm sorry, Cruz. I know sometimes it's a challenge there, right? And it's such a pain. I know that. Ah, yeah, Party City is where you get the gold, guys. The gold, the crepe paper, the rose gold, the gold, any of the metallic crepe paper, that's from Party City. It's very pretty. It's like the one I sent Kathy's favorite things. Hello, Deanna. We're all like, yeah. And there it is. We all talk about the Party City. Yeah, it's Party City. My scissors are- Oh, I forgot to have my scissors. No. Oh no, they were here. They were just in front of me. So that's really funny. Yeah. The rose gold, when they have it, is really nice, but they don't always have the rose gold. I wish they always had the rose gold, but they don't. So, what did you all finish? I'm moving on to tassels. I'm trying to make these cute little heart tassels with gold hearts. But gold, I'm surprised, Heather. Like, what are you making that you're using so much gold? I tend to use gold at Christmas or if I'm making something for certain people, but not always. Oh, Target has it? Mind me by Target. I've never looked at Target for crepe paper ever. Huh. Ah, oh, you got your $5 grab bags? Yeah, that's cool. And it also looks fun. Like, it looks fun to have it. Have any of you all um, ever had a good experience with a subscription? Like, I feel like I wouldn't like it because I'm too picky about my stuff. But have you ever taken out like a subscription and liked it? Bye, Soleil. Mine are organized by color too, Susan. I also organize mine by color. Why is that weird? Are we weird? Maybe we're weird. Ooh, 9 Valentine's Day cards already? I finished all my bows. Now I'm working on the tassels. Why would you want to use them? I am using the scissors that you can't get anymore. Lauren and I have talked about these scissors. You can't get these anymore. These are Hobby Lobby and they're actually quite good, but they don't carry them anymore. We don't know why. We're not sure why. Hi, Brandy. Me too, Lauren. I sometimes really like their stuff and other times not. You know, that's that's my problem. Welcome, Miss Zimmerman. Ooh, you're making a banner? Everyone's decorating for Valentine's Day. You know what, y'all? I hope you make videos about it because I think this is wonderful. Susan, do you have this subscription? See, I just buy past ones when I think they're really great. You do have the subscription and you like it? I know you didn't like your stamps of life. I know that. You told us not like that you weren't using them. I remember that. Deanna, you also have it. Okay, so that's good for me now because they're my favorite probably out of everybody for dyes. Ooh, Sabrina, you too? You have Coco and Reno too? All right. They're reasonable, that's for sure. I like some of their dyes. I got their book dye recently too, but I just couldn't decide. I was like, am I going to hate it? Because I like to have choice, but I do love a dye. Oh, what is paper pumpkin, Paula? What's paper pumpkin? Inquiring minds want to know what a paper pumpkin is. I love learning this. The Apple Park sometimes I like and sometimes I don't like. So I have to wait and buy that one. Ah, okay. Stampin' Up has some good stuff. I tell you, it has some good stuff. A little bit pricey, but it has some nice things. And I will say, I know you love a die too, Susan. You and I both. That's probably, I love stamps and I love dies. Those are my two, besides the stupid Dollar Tree that I'm too in love with. Those are probably my weaknesses because I really like both of them so much. Yeah, they're not expensive, you're right, and they do cut well. Every set I've gotten has cut well. Sometimes I feel like they're a little bit repetitive, but maybe I wouldn't feel that way. Ooh, that's gonna be beautiful. That's beautiful, Dana. See, look at all this decorating and doing for Valentine's Day. I think this is a really good for your spirit. Especially like what we're learning about like making sure our environments are still really. Yeah, Lauren, you and I both. What are we? Are we like the people that are like more hesitant about this kind of thing? I think we are. What did you decorate yours with, Heather? I want to know everything. Yeah, paper pumpkin pie. You can't say it fast. See, that's what I do too. It's because I worry too that they might be a little bit repetitive, but maybe I'm fussy, you know? But I do like them the most out of all of the dye subscriptions. I know that. I know that. I love tonic products, but I don't always love the tonic box. I love tonic. I really love tonic, but how do you decorate it for that though, Heather? Like, do you glue it on and then pry it off after? Like the way I apply glue and tape, y'all, like it's never coming off a three-tier tray. Okay, this is so interesting. Oh, this is fun to talk about too. Like I learned so much from you. See, I like that idea too, Lizzie. I love an altered picture frame. I think it makes such a good gift for Mother's Day too. So I have to be honest, I've had some mixed experiences with Maymay. I have two Maymay stamps that I love that are excellent. And then I bought a third, and the third was terrible. So I don't know if she switched stamp manufacturers because the first two were older. Um, and then I ordered another set, and I bought another set for one of my friends as a gift. And after I used it and it was terrible, I sent it back because I didn't want to give it to them because it was terrible. So the last two stamps I've gotten from Maymay, I have not liked the quality of. So I don't know if she changed her manufacturer or something changed, or I just got unlucky. You know, that can happen. Ooh, that's a good idea. Okay, so you change it all out, even with glue. Wow. Yeah, Stampin' Up is expensive. You know, it is. It is expensive. I think they have some beautiful things. I think their quality, like I've bought a couple of their dies, Bertha, not their dies, their stamps, even used like on eBay, and they're beautiful. Like they're in beautiful condition still, and people have clearly used them. And amazing ice cream, Cruz, what flavor? Yeah, it is spendy. That's my problem with it too. You know, it's hard to justify sometimes, you know? Pretty pricey. Like occasionally you might get like a comparably expensive stamp from Simon Says Stamp, but it's not every stamp. I find them a little bit pricey, but I think they have nice stamps. See, that's the part I don't love is the exclusivity. I gotta go to Instagram, period. Yeah, but okay, not what I'm thinking. Okay. Because like I'm thinking like if I did it, I would want it to be like super dimensional. And then you know me, I'm like an over taper and I'm an over gluer. You notice today, oh, you couldn't see it, but when I was doing my gluing today, y'all, I'm using like the super needle thin small glue bottle because otherwise I over glue too. So I'm thinking, oh no, if I did a three-tier tray and I used EC6000, E6000, whatever the glue is called, it would never come off. It would never come off. Yeah, see, I need variety too, Susan. I need variety too, girlfriend. That's the problem. You know, that's the problem. We're all laughing. Can't be bored with our stuff. That's why we have so much stuff. My husband, when I was doing the crafty reorg, he's like, "Do you really need all this stuff?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, every inch of it." If he only knew how much more I sometimes look at it, and I'm like, "Oh, I could use that too if I had space, but I don't have space." Yeah, I know. EC and ISIS. ISIS cases. I'm telling you, I'm like the queen of, the terrorist of crafting. I'm trying to figure out where I want. I have bought these gold hearts for these little tassels, but I think this one's too little to put this heart on. This heart's too big. I need to make my tassel bigger. Like a Christmas tree. Okay. I think I see in my head something different. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But I love this idea of decorating. Oh my goodness. Isis. And the fact that I did not notice for like 2 days until I texted y'all and then I made the video. Like, seriously. I I'm telling you, he thinks I have a ton of stuff because right now I'm halfway through the crafty reorg, and he's like, "Do you really use all this?" And I'm like, "Yep." And he's shocked by that. But then I told him I don't have enough paper because, like, I seriously used up all my vintage. And he was like, "Are you joking?" I was like, "No." I mean, if I wasn't limited by space, ugh, yeah, he would pass out. He totally would pass out. He thinks like owning 9 paper pads is a lot. Just think about that. Carmen has like 150. Like or 200. Like just think what he would think. He once Carmen took him into her craft room once. Oh, I should tell you all this. This was funny. So he came to pick me up from Carmen's one day. And Carmen has like on one tiered shelf, she has like almost 200 paper pads. Beautifully organized, y'all. She does stand hers upright. And she has those things that you get at the Dollar Tree that you use for dishes. She puts her paper pads in them. Okay, so she has like between 150 and 200 in there, but then she has a completely separate room that has her special collections. He almost passed out. And I was like, see, 9, 10 paper pads, not that many, honey. Oh, I tell you, I keep telling him, come watch this craft room tour. So you see, I don't have that much stuff, but it's all relative. For him, it's a ton of stuff. It is. It's a ton of stuff. Yeah, it was yummy. Uh, what is Palente chocolate or peanut? Ah, is that and is that dairy free also, Cruz? Cruz always gets these interesting flavors. Like, remember when you used to make the videos about the coconut one? That was yummy though. I love Talenti too. I knew we were gonna digress to food. So pot roast for you. Oh, egg noodles. Oh, yummy. It's always good to eat at Lizzie's house. I've been using, you know what, for Christmas too, I did too, Lisa. Lisa, I did too. Like I did the same thing. I also didn't eat anything, so why not just use it for that? Yeah, it was Cruz. Oh, the salted caramel's my favorite, Brandy. That's my favorite. Oh, Heather, that is a mighty fine, healthy meal. I can tell you, it would not be going into Mr. Hoplot's stomach. Do you all know what happened? I made him turkey bacon for the first time yesterday, and he asked me what was wrong with the eggs that had poisoned the bacon. Crazy. So you can only have a teeny little bit because your coconut ones are good too, of course. Really good. Bye, Paula. I still think these are too big, but I'm prototyping. Yeah, can't, you need the red wine to process all the red meat and yum, yum, yum. I'm also making roast tonight, which is rare. Y'all know we don't eat till 10:30, 11 while you guys are all asleep. Last night we ate after 11. We're a weird household. Very weird little household. Ooh, I like pulled pork tacos. I like all tacos. All right, there's one. It's still too big. I need to make my tassels bigger. I'm prototyping y'all to figure this out for my packages because I want them all to have little heart tassels. What's a lap quilt? I don't know what a lap quilt is. Is it like the kind with the pocket that you have on the sofa? I bought one of those at a craft show for Pat once. They're really cute. Thank you, Lizzie. It's the prototype. I'm just trying to figure out if I think the hearts are too big for this size tassel. I think I have to make the tassel bigger. But I do like the idea of this. That's why I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, we're gonna shop and eat. That's all we're gonna do. It's so true. I'm on New York dinner time. And you know what's weird here, y'all? Because like, when I was getting up at 5, everyone here was up at 5 walking. No, Sabrina, it's normal. First of all, while you're crafting, that's why I have to always do something that doesn't require too much thinking. Because otherwise, if I chat, then I can't focus on what I'm making. I get it. It's hard. It is hard. What are the 3 things you're doing, Sabrina, so we know? I'm prototyping a tassel. What are you doing? I'm gonna start with white too. Fruit of the pig. Yummy. Yeah, let's just say he was none too pleased with that turkey bacon. There's no, I think keeping everything is great. Um, it's amazing what you can make with very little, actually. And little bits of tool and leftover scraps like that. I know people think I'm crazy for keeping them, but I like to make small things and I always use them in the end. I just store them in Ziplocs so they don't get messed. Oh, that's what it is because you're chit chattering. See, Heather, you're to blame for your side chatting. Now she can't focus. Oh, you guys are funny. Are you guys video crafting? That's, I wish there was a way for us to do this better where we could just all, you know what? Maybe we should try it. But I know y'all are going to think I'm nuts. Of course, you're a bad influence. That's why we love you. I'm thinking, it's one of the reasons I love you, that wouldn't it be so much fun if we could all do like a craft with me where we actually were like all on Zoom or something? But I don't know how to make that happen. Oh, well, you're in bed. Are you not feeling well, Sabrina? Oh, no, no. We always ate late with the kids too because they prefer to eat around 7:30. They would have a snack after school, but no, not like that late. It's only since empty nest syndrome. And I think it just comes from the hubby likes to eat lunch at 3. So he can't eat supper at 6 if he ate lunch at 3. And he doesn't eat breakfast. So, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, because most Michaels don't get those grab bags. It's a weird phenomenon. Or they put like kid stuff in them. They don't put like crafting stuff, which is interesting. Yes, Zoom crafty sessions. That's what I mean. I mean, I guess what I could do is I could do a sign up for it or just put the link in. If you want to join, you join. Because I think on my professional account, I think I can have up to 25 people. I think. Yeah, Zoom crafting. All right. You'll host it, Heather? Yes. Can you do 20 people? We don't need to have 20 people. I'm just saying, can you do 20 people? I'm catching up now too. Your leg is worse? How does that even happen? You know what? Because it's COVID and they're not really solving problems. They're just band-aiding it. That's why. I'm sorry, Sabrina. It was fun, right, Lauren? Okay. So you know what? We should, okay, Heather, can you host it? Can we do it next week? Because I think it'd be so much fun. Sabrina, do they have any idea what they're gonna if or what they're gonna do for you? Because I think during COVID, with everything going on, I don't know how to say this nicely. I just think like so many health things don't become a priority. You know, Lord. Okay. What do you mean either way? You crack me up. And you can have unlimited people too, Cruz. Me too. Okay, so Heather's gonna host. Oh, yes, you can change. Yes, Missy, you can. Okay, so Heather's going to host and she's going to announce a Zoom craft. And if you want to join, you just log in and we will all Zoom craft and then we can see each other. And I think that'll actually be really fun. Really, really fun. Yay, Cruz. You are going to have to install Zoom or you can go, you don't have to install it. You can use on your laptop, you can just use it on the website. You don't so that you don't have to install it. Oh, okay. I do not blame you. I have tried to postpone as much as I can right now. I hear you, Sabrina. I hear you. I'll text you. Is it safe for you to postpone it, Sabrina? And I guess you wouldn't postpone it. Lisa, you're still enjoying it? That's always the first challenge, what you feel like, right? Always. You're gonna feel like that anyway, what stuff everyone makes you. Um, because it's always special when people make you think. Yay, Heather, thank you. I don't blame you either, Sabrina. Look, it's scary. It's also scary when you've got something wrong and you can't fix it. You know, that's okay, Cruz. It's however you want it. You know what my some of my students do? They wear masks and fun things. Like if they're not feeling it. It's so cute. Yeah. It's like really fun. And there's like sometimes they come in their pajamas now because pajamas are a new fashion thing, y'all. Did you read the article that came out this week? That pajamas, sweatpants are sloppy now, and sweatpants and hoodies are sloppy, but pajamas are sexy and chic. I don't know who came up with this BS. Excuse my language. But wearing your pajamas in public is chic. Like, I'll take us track pants over someone's pajamas because not everybody has good judgment, y'all. We might be seeing all sorts of negligee and boxer shorts we're not interested in. I was not too excited when this article came out. I was like, oh no. So yeah, come any way you want. You know, it's all about the making. Doesn't matter where you point it. No, right? I know. Whose idea was this pajama thing? I was like, no, don't encourage that over sweatpants. Please don't. I mean, it's just going to cause all sorts of problems. You know what, Kathy? Young people are in their pajamas all the time. That's, for real. My students come on in their pajamas, and I'm fine with that. But turkey pastrami. I'll try that, Cynthia. Ooh. But yeah, okay. But okay, so I'll wear it on YouTube, but I'm not wearing it out. I'm not buying pajamas to wear out to dinner. Oh, y'all, this was really something. Oh, Susan, I love you. I love that. And I love that you have tops that have seasonal things on them. Every time I watch one of your videos and you're doing your stuff, I'm like looking, does she have dogs, Christmas trees, pumpkins? I've got my eye on your tops. I know. Hi, Tammy. How you feeling, girl? We're all having a good laugh about the pajama craze, the serious pajama craze that's going on in this world. Yeah, I don't even mind Zoom, but like, don't encourage people to wear their pajamas out to dinner. I know you love a festive top. It's really funny. Like, I literally watch your cups to see what's going on. Are you really tired? I'm sure it's exhausting. Um, how's the rest of your body feeling? Like, I'm waiting for a response while I'm gluing on. I'm doing another prototype, y'all, just to see if I like this better in the pink and the white or if I like the gold. It's nice to see you on here, though. Achy. Okay, I figured. Yeah. Well, you're up and moving around. That's huge. That's huge. Right. See? This is what I mean. I'm telling you, Lizzie, it's opening up a door to all sorts of trouble. Someone's pajamas, someone else's underwear. That's all I'm going to say. And I don't know. I have a feeling this is going to lead to all sorts of trouble. Not everybody has good judgment. I think you crack me up. I don't know. In New York, I wore scrubs because it was easier to wash. Here, I feel like I'm queen of the yoga pants. I swear to you, and it feels weird to me, but they're easy to wear, they're comfortable, they're inexpensive, and they wash well. But at some point, you're going to get tired of that. You're going to get tired. We're all going to get tired of this stuff. I'm telling you. I almost wanted the other day just to dress up just for the sake of dressing up. I had nowhere to go. I just was like, maybe I'll just dress up just for the heck of it. When was the last time y'all put on a dress? Other, do not say 1975. I don't think you were born in 1975, but still don't say 1975. What's a dress? See? Oh, did you really buy a cute dress? And you didn't share pictures? Shame on you. Okay, the makeup thing, Kathy, that's a real thing. That's a real thing. Problem is that you can't wear makeup with your mask, so it'll ruin it. And it feels kind of dumb to put on makeup for what if you're not going out. But I actually think if you do wear makeup normally, to not wear makeup is probably bad for your psyche. 4 months ago, see? Yeah, 1 year for that. See, white tops and jeans, very good idea. Very, very good idea. Because I think that if we don't do something that we normally do for ourselves, we're just not going to feel good. Ooh, electric blanket is a good idea, Tammy. I love Courtney Love. She's a serious inspiration, and that is not dumb. Hi, Dawn. Okay, so if you don't wear dresses normally, that's cool, right? But if you do wear dresses normally, then like it's gonna feel weird to not dress up, to not get funkified in some way. So whatever, I'm trying to decide. I think this one is better. All right. Um, I think we have to do some nice things for ourselves during this. Even if it means like if you normally wear makeup, just put it on for yourself, you know? Dawn, we're all doing Valentine's crafting and talking about Zoom crafting next week. Heather's going to host it, so watch for the announcement. Right, exactly. See, it's a nice lift. That's what we were just saying, Dawn, because I think if this is going to continue and we don't do something like for ourselves, then that's not good either, right? We need a lift every once in a while. Every once in a while. All right, yeah, this one turned out better. So that's going to be the prototype, but I got to make it a little bit bigger. We all got lazy. You know how easy it is to get lazy when you're wearing sweatpants every day? It's really easy to get lazy. It's really easy. Nothing wrong with that. But I think we have to just do what's good for us now because that's how we're going to get through. See, Bertha last year wore a dress last time in March when she went to church. So, yeah, see, and that's going to save you as an essential worker. It's going to save your sanity in that way. It's going to tax you in other ways. That's for sure. For sure, Michelle. For sure. But it's good. It's good. Get Zoom app. Oh, y'all, this new microphone picks up way too much stuff. You can hear too much stuff. I got to figure out how to control the sound. Speaking of which, that's on my task list for tonight. Um, yeah, you see, like I've cut my own hair too during COVID. You know what? We have to sort of do what's good for us to do. Do you really, Lizzie? That's actually really sweet. I do not do that for the hubby. I have to be honest. I don't. Um, I should. We should have date night. I mean, I think all couples who are together during COVID should have date night, even during COVID. But I bet you it looks nice back in a ponytail, actually, Dawn, right? And cutting bangs, I think most of us can kind of manage. If we can trim a tassel, we can trim our bangs. I have this theory. Yeah, me too. That's my go-to. And so I was just thinking about this. Like if we normally dress like that, yeah. If we normally dress like that, it's okay. But if it's not how you normally dress, it could affect you emotionally. So to just think about that so that you're not being negatively impacted by COVID. All these things that we've given up, My hubby always says that too. He tells me, you could paint your nails green, I wouldn't notice, so don't bother. But if I said to him, would you like pants or pants? There would be no question. But I think date night is important. I think we have to have date nights. Jammy 7 days a week. You see? There we go. Oh my goodness, Susan. I thought it. I did not type it. I'm seriously PG underneath all. Isn't that weird? Yeah. I think date night's important. Oh my gosh, you guys are way dirtier than me. See, look at me blushing. I'm telling y'all, you Southern women, fire, like fire, for real. I just saw a subscription for $20 a month, and I'm like, oh no. I'm laughing. Oh my goodness, y'all. You guys have been a hoot today. It's also been a really good conversation about crafting. I know. I'm laughing, Susan. I'm telling you, you girls crack me up. Um, but I do believe in date night. Yeah, Cynthia, that's my hubby too. I think he would be hard pressed to answer. He's not small observing for good and for bad. Yeah. Well, you know what? Heather, I don't blame him because it's kind of scary, right? When all the other states are shutting down and yours and mine is open. I know why he's worried, right? I know why. Most of the rest of the world wants to shut down completely. Europe is calling for a really radical shutdown. So I can understand why he won't go. You know, I can. Oh, that's really nice. See, there you go. We're all getting in the Valentine's Day spirit, and I think that's really important. Did you go see your grandson, Bertha? Was it amazing? Oh, oh, grandbabies are the best, I'm telling you. Oh no, Heather, that's no joke. That's no joke. You know, look, it's scary. I guess he could have missed the turban. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh, that's so funny. Oh, we are funny, ladies. Oh, we are funny. Ah, but 27 years done is amazing. It means you guys are doing something really right. Maybe I'm married 20 years, and COVID's been a good test, y'all. I always say this, it's like one of those things. Like if you have to be with your partner that much and you don't kill each other, you're doing something right. And with both of us working from home, it's sometimes stressful because like I'm on a video with students or he's on a call and you can get, could be he's loud. So it can be stressful. But it's been also like good proof that like good communication in a marriage is really important. And if you can endure this, you can pretty much endure anything, I think. How long did it take, Sabrina? My husband wouldn't have noticed. Like I've been wearing these because I told y'all my 1 year was closing. He hasn't noticed. He doesn't notice those things. Uh, hot flashes are bad. They're painful. Oh, a squirt. I know what that is. Or a squirt. I know what that is. That's cool. But Lauren, you were meant to be 33 years. I mean, that's amazing. It's a really beautiful thing when marriage is. I mean, I don't know about you all, but I'm just super grateful. I found the right partner, and I feel very blessed for that. Even though sometimes he makes me nuts, I make him nuts. Wow, 10 minutes? He's good. There's no way my husband would notice that. Did he really say that to you, Tammy? I thought it looked super cute, actually. But I also come from a place of glam punk, and I think glam punk is beautiful. But I actually thought you looked really great in it. Heather, I'm telling you, you're a bad news bear, man. You're bad news. Bad news, girly. All right, I'm doing one more bow, y'all, and I'm going to say goodnight to you because I got to go put on supper, and I'm making a roast tonight, and it takes hours, actually, the one I'm making. So I got some heavy duty cooking to be doing, and I want to start packaging up my die cut swap. So many of us, Susan, when you didn't come on right away, you didn't hear, but so many of us were working on our Meet Me with the die cuts, finishing it up. So that was kind of fun. What does Fluffy have to do with punk? That's what I gotta say. I had a dream last night, Heather. I woke up and I had long hair again, and it was all wild and curly and messy. And I look like Courtney Love slept with Cyndi Lauper and had a love baby. Oh, Tammy, wigs are so good. I'm so excited for you. I hope you try out things you always wanted to try out, but you thought you might hate. Ooh, that would be a really good happy meal for you too. Oh, Miss Heather, I don't think that has anything to do with you have to just want to embrace it. That's amazing, Sabrina. See, you guys are doing something right too. I love Cyndi Lauper hair. Well, clearly I love Cyndi, but I really love Cyndi Lauper hair. Too much. Bye, Lizzie. I know you want a she should, and I get why. I totally get why. Happy eating, girl. Go have fun with Anthony. I'm gonna say goodnight to y'all too, so I can go start chopping up some vegetables. They're going in my roast, and then I'm gonna keep making these little heart tassels to go with my things tonight. What is on that? Oh, it's just dented. It looked weird. I also have to do my nails tonight too. That's the problem when you start doing your own nails. You got to redo them. Mm. Ooh, that's gonna be beautiful. See all the fun things, Tammy. That's what I was thinking. You get to do all that, and that's kind of exciting too. Thank you, Kathy. I want to put them on my little rack packages. So I bet I'd prototype them tonight. I think this one's the winner though, with the eyelash. It looks the cutest with the gold. I think anyway. We'll see. So far, I have these like little different rack packages for different people. So we'll see what I think when I put them all together. If I still like it the same or if I want to change one out. Thank you all so much. I hate autocorrect too. And I already speak funny and call glue by the wrong things and people by the wrong things. So imagine what happens with me with autocorrect. It just gets really haywire. It truly does. No, thank you so much for, you know what, this actually, one, it was super informative tonight. I'm so glad we asked each other all those questions. And how much did we learn? Two, I made a ton of bows. I'm very grateful to y'all for that. Um, and thank you all for crafting through this and sharing all your amazing Valentine's Day decorating and keeping everyone uplifted with all these really smart and really healthy ideas. Really healthy ideas. You know what? You get, first of all, you do it. What did I tell you? You are the only priority right now, Sabrina, right? You are the only priority. There is no timeline, girl. There is no timeline. And I mean that sincerely. And I'm not happy that you're in bed again with your leg. So I don't care if it comes in May, right? I love y'all too. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, thank you to all of you. I agree with Lise. Thank you for relaxing and informative, of fun as always. Um, so watch for Heather's announcement, y'all. We're gonna do a Zoom one. I think it'll be so much fun. Thank y'all so much. Happy Sunday night, everybody. Happy Sunday night. Good night, everyone.